probably wouldn't choose to clean. Well, I decided to do just that. Music's been a big part of my life for as long as I can remember. I started playing guitar when I was 7 years old, and I joined the choir when I was in 4th grade. So when I hit high school, music, I got even more involved, and I joined concert choir, musical, triumph, and jazz cats. And so for my triumph project my sophomore year, I decided I was going to clean one prop room. And it was a lot of work, and I became known as the prop girl because I ended up knowing where everything was. But when given this opportunity, I decided I wanted to do more than that. So I decided to start with the choir room. And the choir room prop area was a mess. Nobody knew what was back there. There was random miscellaneous props where no one would reach, and people would rather go buy new ones instead of go find it. So after about 3 Mondays, so I would stay every Monday from about 1 to 5:30 and clean. After about 3 Mondays, it was completely done. Everything had a place, and it was all organized. Now I'm not going to take you through the order I clean. I'm going to take you through the areas of the department. So across the hall from the choir room is the practice room. This used to be a closet full of junk and our character shoes that were out of order, and we had to go looking. And after cleaning it out, it is now organized, and it has everybody's character shoes all labeled, and our makeup's easy to access, and it's used frequently by the choir classes as a practice room. This is probably my favorite practice room of them all. It started off as a choir office, and you couldn't actually get to a lot of things. We mainly just used it to lock up things that were important that we didn't want stolen, because things get stolen backstage a lot. So after moving everything around and putting it in a grand piano, it is now used for not only choir classes, but also I've seen band students in there, I've seen triumph members in there, and I even saw an alumni in there once. So this is probably my favorite room because I started off doing this project just to organize the department. I didn't really have any other reason to do this other than I just wanted it more organized and things to work better, but in turn I ended up helping give people a space to practice. And then comes backstage. It was a disaster, and I couldn't even find a clean space to take a picture, and I was standing on top of files. And this was a lot of work, so I didn't do it all at once. I decided I was going to take this piece by piece, and it got done just in time for musical, where we were able to go back here, and we were able to bring things in out, and pretty sure we were breaking a ton of fire codes before, but now we're good. And then the dressing room. This was worked on by another student last year, but the problem is a lot of clutter just got shoved in there, and then we had paint cans drying, and people left like food in there and some other things I'm probably not going to want to mention in a school presentation. And after cleaning it all out, it became a clean space for all the girls during musical, and it was really nice sitting back and watching the girls have all their space to sprawl out their makeup and their hair stuff and get ready. This room was probably the quickest to clean and doesn't look like much, but it had the best story. I was cleaning in it, and I was just looking through, and I found boxes, which is normal backstage, full of what looked like junk. And I started picking out to make sure there were no useful props in there, but then I started seeing the same name on everything. And then I found a diploma for a middle school, and I was really confused, so I kept looking, and then I found a high school diploma for Joliet Central, and I was like, why is this here? So I started calling around everyone I knew in the department, and after calling our set builder, I found out that the woman who all this belonged to, her dad died, and she moved away, so her brother gave it to Douglas, our set builder. So now he's working on finding her to get her things back, which is nice. And then the costume room, which everyone told me I would never finish because this has been people's project in the past for Tryon. And they're like, good luck, I worked on it for 2 years, it's a disaster. And the main problem was everything was just shoved places nobody really took care of it. And after going through and hanging things up, it became a lot easier to sort things. And for musical, we were able to find costumes, which was cool because usually we just buy new ones. So we ended up saving a lot of money through this project, which was a big advantage. And the pictures don't really do justice for all that was done. You don't really get to see the impact if you're not back there. But I started this off just to clean and organize rooms so we could find things easier. But it ended up saving us money, and it gave people space. And it was really nice because we got to use that space for things that I didn't even expect, like seeing band kids backstage and practicing in the rooms. I tried to pass the rooms on to the underclassmen, and I had 3 girls agree to do it, and they all backed out when they saw all the rooms I was in charge of. So my director's still trying to help me work on finding someone to take them over, but right now that doesn't look like it's happening, but hopefully along the way somebody will care about the rooms and what I do and care enough about the department to help take it over. And even if it doesn't happen and it becomes a complete and utter disaster again, I'm glad I could make an impact in the department for at least the time I've been here. And I've learned that I can do a lot with hard work, and I plan on taking that with me for the rest of my life.
Thanks.